And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Didn't have a show tomorrow. I mean, yesterday. We didn't have a show yesterday. We apologize. But we back at it. We back. Brian went to go make us some money or something.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying.
What the hell going on? Something.
We're business owners now. I got to try and make us money.
But man,
make us money so we can do our broadcasting. But all good, man. Had a really productive day at Crown Global Media.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Had a really productive day getting stuff done. I didn't realize I had to do so many things, but we're ticking things off. We're ticking things off. All good. Hey, my friend, I want to play a game with you tonight.
Okay, Brian Broaddus wants to take over the show.
We got OTA minicamp practices. We got all that stuff going on, but it kind of it plays off what we've seen from the media side of things. Plays off from the media side of things. So take you a sip of lemon water there. Get yourself right.
See, Brian,
make sure you're hydrated.
With Crown Global Media, we're gonna have yachts and planes, so you got to be in shape and shit. You know what I mean?
You got to be in shape. Got to be in shape. I tell you, you got to be in shape. I ordered a bunch of lights and TV lights and all kinds of things.
You're sweating in that mug, huh, Brian Broaddus?
Sweating in that mug. We're gonna have the big old towels. All right, Vachi. Here we go. Title of this is called See in Oxnard. Kira Elum, cornerback, has continued to make plays on the ball during these media practices. Okay. Kind of hearing, whether it's Nick Harris or anybody, John Machota, anybody, Nick Harris. These guys are all kind of talking about Elum making plays on the ball. Voch, are you encouraged or see you in Oxnard?
I tell you what, Brian Broaddus, I think there's a lot of Cowboy fans that are down on Kira Elum because they saw one game where he kind of got beat up a little bit.
But Kansas City, right? They kind of got after him a little bit.
It was Kansas City for sure. I'm not the type to write a guy off after one game unless his name is Chaz Green. Okay. Both guys from Florida, by the way. I've seen Kira Elum play pretty solid football. You know what I'm saying? He has more solid games than he has games where I've seen him get whooped by Kansas City. So I'm not just going to lean into that one game, Brian Broaddus. I'm going to take his body of work for what it is. Now, Kira Elum, I'm not here to paint him as some type of he's going to be just as good as Trevon Diggs and catch 11 interceptions. I don't want to say all that. But if he's simply serviceable enough to where we don't have this emergency where we got to go find Trayvon Mullen and sign, Booth and all those guys and Darryl Worley and all them. As long as he keeps this thing from being a turnstile, and look, he may give up a big play here or there. But as long as he's a serviceable corner, I'm not as down on Kira Elum as a lot of Cowboy fans are. If he's having a good camp, cool. It's still see you in Oxnard, though.
Okay.
But at this point, I don't think we have much of a choice but to trust Kira Elum, Brian, bro, because he all we got.
So the things that we are hearing about him is that the media portions of practice are him getting his hands on footballs.
Sure.
And so I am encouraged. See you in Oxnard to me is like,
I don't believe it.
I don't believe you. Yeah. I don't believe you. I'll see you in Oxnard. I'm going to say I'm encouraged.
Sure.
Because, okay, now he might be playing like ass.
Yeah.
In these other games,
sure.
These other practices. But the games that we're getting to watch right now, he's doing things that good cornerbacks do. Get their hands on footballs.
Yeah.
Cover, knock the ball down. No, we're not tackling anybody, but every time there's been a media practice, Elum has got his hands on the ball. I'm encouraged.
Sure. I agree, Brian. I agree. And once again,
and I'm not being Homer guy and trying oversell this. I'm just saying I'm encouraged that somebody is playing against Dak Prescott and Joe Milton and those guys and covering CeeDee Lamb, not today, or covering Pickens. And, is knocking the ball down.
Sure.
I'm encouraged. I'm encouraged by that.
I tell you what, I would rather him, make actual plays than to get torched at OTAs. If you get torched at OTAs, I'm sick. So that's fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I'm encouraged.
All right. How about this one? Shamar James, Damone Clark, Buddy Johnson have all come up with interceptions during these media practices. Encouraged or seeing Oxnard?
Damn, boy, Joe Milton should be throwing that thing anywhere, huh, Brian Broaddus, boy? He should be Joe Milton.
I got a Joe Milton question for you too.
Joe Milton throwing that joint anywhere. Everybody catching an interception for Joe Milton. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not focusing on Joe Milton right now.
Bobby Belt caught an interception for Joe Milton. Jess Navarez caught one. Just everybody catching them. Yeah, everybody caught. Hey, bro, they gonna have to show me, man.
Linebackers have to show you, huh?
They got to show me. Now look,
I would be take individual ones.
Buddy Johnson gonna have to show me.
Yeah.
Man, Shamar James, man, he played a little safety in his life.
Yeah.
So maybe if you modify his jobs and all this kind of stuff, maybe I'm a little more encouraged by Shamar James, because Shamar James wouldn't.
No instincts at all. And Clark may be worse on instincts.
Yeah, James looks a little lost sometimes. So if James is doing something positive, cool.
Yeah.
Damone Clark got lucky. He gonna have to show me, Brian Bros. Damone Clark gonna have to go to camp, and I'm gonna see you in Oxnard. He gonna have a phenomenal Oxnard camp for me to move where I'm at.
So all these guys are seeing Oxnard.
I'm quasi encouraged by James because he's new here, but they all gonna have to show. I'm gonna have to see them all in Oxnard, Brian.
Could we be wrong? Could we be wrong about Clark?
Well, 3
or we've already seen that sample size is too big to ignore.
The difference is, we know that the Cowboys coaching staff have a plan for James.
Yeah.
They drafted him. They got a plan for James.
Right.
Man, Damone Clark been seeing 3 defense coordinators in 4 years, and they don't all seem encouraged. Encouraged. It's not like when we have our day 3 draft show thing, Brian, and Coach Whitecotton comes in and say, yo, I'm excited about Mozzie. You know what I'm saying? That's a little different. I haven't heard anybody be excited. I haven't heard anybody be excited for Damone Clark. Damone Clark is kind of a guy that's floating in la-la land. Even the head coach is supporting your left tackle publicly. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I don't hear anything coming from Damone Clark's side of town, Brian Broaddus. And if it didn't work with Quinn, and all right, fresh start. If it didn't work with Zimmer, all right, fresh start. And you still behind Buddy and the rookie and the 2 veterans that's there, Louisville that's over you, and we waiting on Demo to come back. I think he's pretty far down that chart, Brian.
Yeah. I was encouraged by the James interception because I didn't believe in coverage he was going to be that guy. But if he got in a throwing lane and dropped to where he needed to be, that was encouraging. And Buddy Johnson, they keep telling me Buddy Johnson special teams and all that. And
well, good.
I don't know. I can see Buddy Johnson in the practice squad again. Sure. This year. I think you're right about Clark. I don't know how you survive 3 different sets of coaches.
It's tough to do.
But I'd like to say that he's going to be fine and all that. I can't go there.
Brian, let me ask you this, Brian. I just did a little Google. Damone Clark's 24 years old.
I know, it's crazy, isn't it?
Does that make you feel a little different about him? Like, hey, man.
No, because we've seen him play. Yeah. He came back from the back, and it sounds like LSU on LSU crime right here. He came back from an injury that I didn't think he was going to come back for early, and I was like, my gosh. But you watched him play at LSU. He was a different player than what he's playing with the Dallas Cowboys. He's a lot different player. And it just, there's times when he doesn't see it well enough. He doesn't react well enough.
Yep.
They moved him back off the ball further so he can maybe see it quicker.
Yeah.
And it helped him a little bit, but not to the point where, and then guys were coming in. Leofau, they went and got Kendricks. They went and got 2 more new guys this year.
Sure.
That's kind of, I think, where you're at with Clark.
I think it's a wrap.
Yeah, I think so too. All right, Vachi. Miles Sanders.
Yeah, man.
A running back.
Yeah.
Our running back, Miles Sanders. Word is Miles Sanders is showing more juice than the other running backs during these media practices. Are you encouraged by that? Or you're seeing Oxnard?
I'm actually a little encouraged, Brian Broaddus.
How about that?
Now, I will say this. It ain't like Javonte Williams is bursty guy anyway. Javonte Williams ain't juice guy in the first damn place.
Blue
bursty as hell. Blue. Yeah, he bursty as hell.
I'm hearing a lot about Sanders that got some juice.
So this is what I feel positive about, Brian. The running back position is such a dice roll to start with.
Right.
You could be a character where it didn't work in one place, and you come here, and it took Chuba Hubbard 8-9 years to get going. However long he been in the league, it took him a while to get going. I think situation matters. Miles Sanders wasn't. He's not that far removed from the Eagle stuff. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I don't think he's all that old neither, Brian. So just by way of what running back is, he's 28 years old. That's old enough. That's right on the. He got one
right
more,
on the edge.
He got one more in him. I think running back is so weird. Guys can just go in different places. If the O-line is cool, if the offense is cool, then he'll be cool. Kareem Hunt was a great example of that, Brian. He was a guy that was just kind of sitting around on the street. Kansas City brought him in, and he was ready to go and play some good ball for you. And if you can get a couple 100 yards out of Miles Sanders, that's encouraging, especially with this. And Brian, man, ain't nobody playing coverage in Carolina like that, man. They gonna stack that damn box up because they know that Byron Young ain't finna throw the ball all over the place. So you have this offense.
Bryce
now.
Young. Bryce Young.
What I say, Byron? Bryce Young.
Bryce Young.
So now
I knew you were talking about. Yeah.
So now you got 2 number 1 receivers. This improved offensive line. Hopefully, this improved running scheme. I think Miles Sanders got a shot to be a little better than what he was in Carolina. And honestly, as a part of a tandem, that's all he got to be.
I'm such a hater. I'm such a hater. I'll see you in Oxnard.
Hey, of course he's going to be more bursty than Phil Maffa, Brian Broaddus. We just, you know what I'm saying? Phil Maffa, Brian Broaddus.
What was that? What was that?
That's my war call. You see, I don't play all my buttons with you, but when I'm live stream, I got my war call from Black Panther. And it's like Maffa. As one of my war calls. So we go Maffa.
Ooh.
Hoo, yeah. So whenever Phil Maffa does something, we'll be hitting the war call.
I love that. That's great.
If I could have my whole soundboard at Crown Media with me and I could just play my buttons at the table, that'd be fire if we can figure it out. But I'm just saying.
Yeah. Oh, don't worry. I'll just write a check for it. We'll be cool.
Let's get it done.
Did you hear what I said?
Let's do this, Brian, brother. Let's do this.
I'm standing on see it. God, I'm such a hater.
Yeah.
I am like.
You're not wrong though. You're not wrong. I mean, we are a couple of months removed from. Damn, boy, it'd be cool to get Omarion Hampton in here.
Oh, I know.
Caleb Johnson and all these other guys. So we went from let's get a bell cow guy.
What are we going to do with that 2nd round pick?
Man, we got to get a running back right there.
We got to get a running back. We got to get a running back.
Brian, they fool us every year. We act like we pretend like we know what the Cowboys are going to do, but they fool us every year. So we've gone from bell cow guy to let's give a hurt running back a shot. Let's give an old running back a shot. Let's give Blue and let's give 7th round Maffa a shot. That's our tandem. That's our quartet, our committee. That's our committee.
Committee. Yeah. So you said encouraged. I said.
I take it back, man. I got to see him in Oxnard. I take it back. I take it back.
No.
I'll see him in preseason, bro.
No.
In that first preseason game where he got to play, I'll see him there.
Yeah.
Brian, let me ask you a question.
I feel terrible being such a hater right now.
Don't worry about that, Brian. You think they're only going to carry like they only got like what 4 backs now? So like Javonte, Miles, Blue, and Deuce.
Hunter Lipke's probably going to be in that mix.
You don't think they just add one more guy just for the sake of having a body in camp? I feel like most years they walk in to where they can bench Zeke, not play Rico very much, and they'll still have a rotation of like 3 or so guys. I guess Lipke would be one of them.
Well, you got Deuce Vaughn.
Yeah.
You got Vaughn. So you got Williams, Blue, Sanders, Maffa, and Vaughn. So you really and Hunter Lipke. So you really got 4 runners, 5 runners, and Hunter Lipke
Javonte
going to camp.
I don't think Williams does anything, and Sanders is old, but he'll probably do something. But please, Brian, go ahead.
Don't be telling me that these backs aren't going to do anything. I swear, if you and I are standing out there watching practice, and they're like giving backs days off, just to give old backs days off, I'm going to lose my effing mind.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, me too.
I will. That show we do at night will not be pretty.
That's gonna be a great show for the views. What? We're gonna get some views on that. We're gonna be mad as hell. I'm gonna tweet about it too. Oh hell yeah, Brian. Yeah, for sure.
All right, my last one for you. One of the questions I have for you. You mentioned Joe Milton. Joe Milton, quarterback. Glad that lemon water's good for you, bro.
Man, it's going hard, boy. Lemons and key limes, boy.
Yeah. Okay. You get a tropical partner I work with here.
It is what it is.
Joe Milton. Hey, Brian, can we get a dispenser at the station? Where
fancy. We're gonna have somebody
fancy.
Cutting
you are high end. You're so high end. I can tell right now. You are so damn high end. All right, about to be Joe Milton. He's been feast or famine during these media practices. Here's the curveball. Worried or see you in Oxnard?
I don't think there's a way we could be worried. I think we knew who Joe Milton was coming into the party. If he backs to back throws an incredible touchdown and right after that he throws a
amazing,
that's who he is.
Amazing.
I be hating these Cowboy fans, Brian, to be in the comments or in the chat box on 105.3 The Fan, G-Bag Nation 2 to 7 or whatever. And Brian, they be like, well, Dak Prescott can't win a playoff game. I'm rooting for Joe Milton. I'm like, man, Joe Milton can't make 5 throws in a row, man. What you mean?
It is so funny to watch, like at the end of practice. I mean, they don't let you tweet while practice is going on now.
Yeah.
I think it's different at training camp. I think you're allowed to tweet during practice at training camp.
Yeah.
But the Joe Milton at the end of practice, it's what a great throw by Joe Milton.
Yeah.
What a terrible throw by Joe Milton.
It's about to be a whole bunch of that back.
Buddy Johnson. Oh, look.
Brian, GPS scores.
Tolbert makes a catch at the back of the end zone from Joe Milton.
GPS score is about to be up, Brian, because them kids gonna have to run full speed to catch them pass from Joe Milton. Joe Milton got a rocket, man. But I'm not even the day of acquiring Joe Milton. I was like, man, this is for the future. This is y'all rolling the dice and hoping that you can develop this big body, this big arm, and this mobile quarterback, hoping that you can develop him into a guy in a couple of years. This guy not threatening Dak Prescott at all. So it don't even matter whether we evaluate him or not, Brian Broaddus. We're going to have to see him in Oxnard regardless. It's going to be some fun games, seeing him throwing a 90-yard pass in the damn preseason, but this ain't no threat to Dak Prescott.
You more encouraged by the current backup situation or the previous backup situation?
I'd rather have Cooper Rush, Brian. Well, it depends on what we're doing, right? if we trying to,
how about do this one.
Please.
Do this one. Trey Lance, Joe Milton.
I'd rather have Joe Milton than Trey Lance. I've seen enough of Trey Lance. If I'm really trying to win football games, I would rather have Cooper Rush. At least I feel like
we've been through that.
We know what it looks like. I just feel like Cooper Rush is less likely to throw the ball to the other team. Joe Milton will throw the ball to the other team, but he'll probably give you more of a shot to win because you could do more. You know what I mean? So it's a weird situation there. Will Greer's just gonna have to live with his third spot or whatever. But if I had to develop a guy, take the guy with the size and the cannon. Trey Lance, I wish we were able to do something with his athleticism, put him at tight end or fullback or running back or something, let him do something. But that ship has sailed. But you know me, Brian, if anything happened to Foe, it's time to go draft.
See, this is the great Tom Moore. He used to be the coordinator for Peyton Manning. The Colts. And now he's with Tampa. He's been in the league for 100 years. Yeah. And they asked Tom Moore one time, they said, hey, what do you do if Peyton Manning gets knocked out? And he goes, we don't work on effed. Yeah.
Yeah,
we really don't. We don't work on effed.
Yeah.
We
don't. Let me ask you this though, Brian. You think they're really just gonna roll the one text that we have out there and just see what happens? Like do you think they're encouraged by our one text or they're gonna have to see him in Oxnard? What you think?
I think they're seeing him in Oxnard is what they're doing right now. Yeah. Stephen Jones came out today and said he got a little testy, by the way, about the Amari, our linebacker, our edge, Micah Parsons got a little testy. Okay. Let me run a theory by you here real quick. What do you say? Why I got testy. If you're David Mulugeta, why do you even return Stephen Jones' call?
You have all the leverage.
Why? Why do you even? And I think Stephen Jones, and I'm not trying to defend the Cowboys guys and gals out there. Please, just hear me out. You can comment. I'll read them. I think Stephen Jones today got pissed by the questions because he has become the general manager in the league or the contract negotiator, whatever you want to call him there. He's become the guy that no matter what type of deal he puts out there, they're just going to wait him out. He can't make a deal unless someone's really interested, like the Oso Digizua deal. Favorable agent, guy wanted to be here, able to work it out. Able to work out stuff with CeeDee Lamb held out, Zach Martin held out a little bit on him. Dak Prescott, you're going to be very hard pressed for somebody to pay a quarterback more than $60 million. Remember how the numbers were going?
Sure.
It always was a contract. Sure. And I mean, it's no disrespect to Dak Prescott, but every one of these contracts is coming under $60 million.
Sure. Purdy and what's his face have been less than 60. Yeah, for sure.
Every one of them has been under $60 million.
Brian, does that say?
Let me real quick, if I could just finish this. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I think Stephen Jones knows that every negotiations he's going to go into from now on, he's going to get his ass kicked.
Yeah.
And I think that's why he doesn't want to, because we know with Crosby and we know with our guy, out there in Cleveland, we know what those deals are. We know the Watt. We know all these deals. We know these deals. And and Micah's probably somewhere in that neighborhood, right? Micah's somewhere in that neighborhood. And Stephen Jones knows it, and he's trying to maybe get this deal. Maybe he's calling David Mulugeta and saying, I'll give you 37.5. No answer from Mulugeta. Yeah. I'll give you 38. No answer from Mulugeta. I'll give you 38.5. No answer from Mulugeta. And I think that I'm just kind of playing this game that Stephen Jones got mad today when asked and pressed about the question.
Yeah.
Because he knows he's probably going to have to pay another $40 million because they might have let a contract get out of hand like they've had before. Yeah. They are become the group that just wait them out. Just wait them out. Mm-hmm. They won't be able to, I think he's frustrated too because of the tags, or not the tags, excuse me. His contracts are not staggered.
Sure.
He every time he shows up, he's got 2 or 3 guys that he has to get done. Mm-hmm. And that's quality to their draft and the way that players have played for him.
Right.
He can't catch a break on a stagger. Mm-hmm. He's not negotiating just one deal. He's probably have to negotiate 3 different deals in this situation. And so, hey, good for them that they've found players like this. I think Stephen Jones got mad today because he knows he's going to get his ass kicked in this negotiation again. And it's going to turn into, well, here we are. I can't negotiate below market value. I've got to negotiate probably at or north the numbers of the contracts that are currently on the books. I think that I pissed him off today.
Wouldn't it behoove him to get your ass kicked now so the kicking don't get worse later? Like, you can negotiate Malik Hooker's contract or something like that. But doesn't he understand that if you got a player at the top of the market, well, of course, he may understand this or whatever, but and it's just Cowboy people talking Cowboy stuff. It would benefit him to just get it out the way. If he knows that CeeDee Lamb's going to be a guy like that, Dak's going to be a guy like that, Mike is going to be a guy like that, just do it early. Like, hey, what you asking for? The highest paid? I'll give you another $1 million on top of highest paid. Just get it over with now. Because if not, if you wait around, you'll get hit with an extra $4 or $5 million later on down the line.
Our good friend in Saudi Arabia, Prince Faisal, he was a huge Cowboy fan. Watching our show, he'll watch this show, he'll hear this. I remember talking to him about the Dak Prescott deal 2-3 years ago. And he kept telling me, he goes, they've got to get this done now. Get this done now. Go ahead. Let's go. Get it done now. Don't wait on this. And they kept waiting and waiting and waiting. And yeah, sometimes I think that Todd France was kind of screwing with him because he was changing agencies. But I just remember talking with Faisal about it. And I was like, he's like, they got to get this done. This thing's going to get out of hand. Yeah. And it's sometimes these contracts, you do have to get ahead, but the Cowboys just have not been able to, they haven't had the good fortune, say, what the Philadelphia Eagles have had with some of their contracts. You look at their contract, and I'm not saying this, folks, to like rub the Philadelphia Eagles nose in this. I'm not, or the Cowboys, I'm not trying to make you feel. I'm just saying, though, it seems like to me, if you look at their numbers, they're in order. They've got where Dallas has got really great players, but they're paid like it's way over where it's at. So I felt really a lot of frustration from Stephen Jones today about the Micah deal, because he knows they're about to get into an ass kicking. And David Mulugeta will kick your ass, is what he'll do. So that's a shame, because this contract and Bland's contract, and maybe Stephen Jones is a little pissed off at the Diggs contract right now.
Sure.
That like, well, we did this and, you haven't played, but, he's been injured the last couple of years. Mm-hmm. I just wonder if, this is a terrible time. Watch George Pickens go off, and you got no way to defend it unless you use a franchise tag, but you might have to use a franchise tag on somebody else.
Sure.
Because you can't get the deal done like you need to get it done. So I'm already preparing myself for George Pickens to be great.
Yeah.
And we have no way of stopping him. Because he'll be the model citizen, and he'll catch 80-something balls.
I'm trying to pay him regardless, Brian. I don't care if he tear the locker room up or if he's a saint. I don't care about nothing. Give him his money and keep that dude around for the next couple of years or so. But that's where I'm at with it.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie, Brian. I had a question, but I chose to write it down because we got 3 more days to do this week, and I'll bring it to the party tomorrow and we'll talk about it. Maybe I'll reach out to the audience there and ask them if they want to talk about something in particular. Ask them some questions.
Sure, that'd be great. I'd love that. I love when we get the audience questions. Get fired up about that. I know people like to see their questions. They always reach back in Twitter X and say, "Hey, thank you for asking my question today. Very kind of you to do that." Yeah. So I'll come with some more tomorrow as well. We're we're not going to stop. There's no off season. It might take a couple of days here and there, but no off season.
No, hey, we're going to keep on going, y'all. Maybe a guest. Want to have a guest one of these days? Maybe like a Wednesday?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I'll reach out to somebody. I'll go through the Rolodex of things and
I'll do mine too.
I'll
do mine too. Yeah. My 5 or 6 people. Foots or Sky Landlord or something.
We got to work on that at training camp for you, man.
Work on what?
Work on that. Work on letting you meet and let you talk to some folks. Let you introduce some folks.
Here's the real truth, Brian. I am a stubborn old bastard, and I really don't care.
You want to do the shows by yourself is what you want to do.
No, it ain't that. I just don't really particularly
like people.
I love people. I don't care enough to go, well, hello, her, hey. And I got to lie, be like, I'm a fan of your work. I love your articles. I read them all the time.
What do you do when people come up to you and say they love your work?
It feels weird. But my work is my baby. You know what I'm
saying? I do appreciate, this is my line I use if you've ever come up to me and asked me, like at the Rudder Room, and you say, man, I love your work.
Yeah.
Also, make sure you tell me when I suck at it though, too.
I'm never going to say that.
Kind of makes me feel a little bit like, okay, I'm not good at this all the time. I understand. I get it.
What I will say though, Brian, it's really cool to work really hard at something, and they pay you off with that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because whether it be draft season, Cowboys season, whatever, we'll be watching film, Brian, breaking down a ton of film. It'll be this one play that jumps out, and maybe not everybody's talking about that one play, but I'll go on one of my shows, myshow.com, Crown Media, and I'll make a really good point about that play.
Oh yeah,
and somebody will go, "Damn man, Voch, you was breaking down Overshown, man. It really made sense, and I hadn't heard anybody say that, man. Thank you. That was really great work."
Oh no, that's cool. That's super cool.
That's hard.
And by the way, at Crown Global Media, I was in a discussion with our big touchscreens and stuff like that. So yes, so that's something that's going to be a part of what we do, breaking down film on a weekly basis for you guys. And it'll be even better during the draft season too. Start looking at players and stuff like that. It'll be fun.
That's gonna be hard, Brian Bros. I can't wait, man. Can't wait. Ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate y'all for tapping in with us on this edition of the Doing All Right. Y'all can follow me if you want to. I ain't talking about nothing in particular. I'm real close to getting paid on Twitter, so if y'all want to go over there and just click on something, do it. But I'm trying to get to 100,000 subs on YouTube. We're at 99.
Please do, yeah.
We're at 99 point something.
What's the number? 99.7?
Oh, Brian Bryce, I'll click right over and tell you exactly what it is, Brian, because I got a counter pulled up right there. Boom. Right there, Brian Bryce.
Oh, come on, folk.
Right there, real close.
Come on, folk. We're real close.
Real close. I need 950 people. But look, I wanted to be organic though. I'm not in a rush. But we're gonna have a really cool a really cool celebration and a really cool rollout. I got some stuff to share with everybody. So whenever I hit that 100,000, I'll be doing a stream and it'll be
we need all those people to come listen to you and I when we get our little thing started. All these people come listen to us as well. It'll be fun.
Hopefully it don't take 10 years to get Crown Global to 100. You know what I mean? Hopefully
we'll go fast. We'll go fast on this one.
Also too, Brian, people are looking for the Crown Global Media pages and all that. So y'all follow Brian because he's gonna update you and say, hey, here's the YouTube channel you follow. Here's the Twitter page.
Yeah.
Tweet
all that stuff. Yeah. We got all that kind of lined up and stuff. So yeah. Working on the website, really excited about getting a website up for everybody too, to kind of get everybody. My old buddy William Boykins, who did the Dallas Cowboys website, is helping us with ours. So excited about having William on board with some stuff. And yeah, we've got YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, we can do all that stuff too. So yeah, just please, it'll be here soon enough. Like I said, I'm getting things all lined up, and it's a lot of work, but it'll be up as we go along the summer. We'll have more things, and like I say, we'll incorporate more things. And I will, once I get the website up and rolling, which will be here probably next week, then you'll be able to go to it and kind of get an idea what we're thinking about over here. So it should be a lot of fun.
Shouts out to Willie Boykins. All right.
Yep.
We'll catch y'all next time. We love y'all 2 pieces until we do it again tomorrow. All right. We got the break tomorrow, Brian, bro. So I'll see y'all.
We got the break. Be ready, man. Be ready tomorrow.
Man, I don't host. I don't ask questions on the break, man.
I don't work here, man. I'm just a caveman. I don't work here. I don't do anything.
I'm a YouTuber, Brian Bros. That's about to get 100K. All right. See y'all tomorrow. Crown.